Okay, so I have decided out of the goodness of my heart to let Ethan choose the topic for tonight's Marriage Monday. So what are we going to be talking about?
Tonight, I, Ethan, am going to teach you, people out there, how to take this skinning knife and properly skin a white-tailed deer.
Are you serious?
No.
Hi, I'm Denise.
And I'm Ethan.
And we are here with another episode of Marriage Monday. And Ethan does have a real topic he wants to share tonight.
I just want to talk about when our focus is off the cross and what it does. We're going to do two parts. This week we're going to do when the focus is off the cross. Next week we're going to do when the focus is on the cross. And when I say we're going to provide examples of what that looks like in our life, so that maybe it'll help you in your walk, or if you are struggling, or your focus isn't where it should be, that it might help you get back on track. So this week we're kind of gonna give more light on the negatives of it, and then next week we'll talk about the positives of it, what that looks like in each scenario, when it's off the cross and when it's on the cross. But for myself speaking, and being very transparent, it happens in short order. When I take my eyes off the cross, I immediately revert back to my old way of life. I don't want to be as trusting. I don't want to be as loving. I become self-centered, and it's amazing how fast this decline happens when my focus is off Jesus. And it's interesting to me because my pastor's wife had said to him, Ethan didn't look right when we were over there, and I wasn't. I was sick as a dog. I'd been sick for a couple of weeks. We've been playing tennis with this cold that has been going around, and it whooped us up. And in that process of being sick, my focus got way off the cross, and I got lazy and just slept a lot. And I immediately felt the.
Oh, sorry, our dog's obviously getting sick.
For those of you that heard that, that was Biscuit yakking up something. But anyways, when my focus is off the cross, almost immediately my life does not go well. And I don't mean that rosebuds and things are popping out of the sky at me, but I have a peace when my eyes are on the cross that I don't have when they're off. So just not loving, self-centered, short-tempered, easily annoyed. Those are some of my characteristics when my eyes are not where they are supposed to be, so.
And the thing is, when you keep saying focus on the cross, focus off the cross. Focus off the cross is just when your relationship with God is not first and foremost, and everything else is kind of just taking precedence. And so as a spouse, when you see the other person struggling, you see the other person's focus is off Jesus and off the cross, what can you do? Well, I can tell you the one thing you can do is you can come alongside them. What do I mean by that? I mean, you can say, hey, why don't we read together? Why don't we pray together? Hey, what's going on? I see that you're struggling. Really just be there for them, support them. Because the thing is, you're given a spouse as a partner, and we are really supposed to lift one another up, especially when we're down. And usually in our marriage anyway, one of us is up here and one of us is down here. We're not usually equal, which is actually a good thing, because we're able to, if I see him down here, I can say, hey, and I can slowly bring him up. And then somehow in that process, sometimes I start going down, but it's one of these. And I really think that having a spouse that's your best friend and that sharing your faith is a huge thing. And for Ethan and I, we transparency. If I'm struggling, I have to be able to share that with him. So.
And if we're not seeking that relationship and we're not fixated on what's been done for us in the cross, then we're going to get distracted. We are. That's the way life is. We're surrounded by distractions everywhere. There's constant media, constant music. There's all distractions. So we're just bombarded with it. And for that momentary, lapse where you aren't getting up and reading and praying first thing in the morning, within a day or two of that, it starts to become a pattern. And so if you're in that cycle now, you got to break it. You got to ask for help. Find some brothers or sisters that you can pray with and that you can be transparent with, and tell them what you're going through. You got to be able to express it. Don't try to go it alone. That's one of the biggest lies that the enemy wants you to believe, is that you can do it by yourself, because you can't. I can't. No way. I've tried, and my best thinking got me into some really, really bad places throughout my life. So.
And I'll tell you, the Christian walk has a lot to do with self-discipline. It's just like healthy habits, being a fitness coach and exercise and all that. You can be doing a great job, doing a workout every day, and then you can do that for years, and then suddenly you take a week off, and a week becomes 2 weeks and 3 weeks, and suddenly you forgot you ever even exercised. Well, Christianity, you can actually make that a parallel and like an analogy, because I can tell you, I can be in the Word and praying and on fire for God, and then like he said, you get sick or you get busy, and all of a sudden you're kind of just pushing it aside. Before you know it, you are right back down where you were when you started, and you don't want to go there. When you are really in those healthy habits, when you're in the Word and in prayer and you're just on fire for Jesus, don't lose traction. Keep the momentum going, because you know what? That's where you have your effectiveness. That's where you build each other up, and you're able to know Jesus more and to share him with other people. So what's next week? Next week is
the positives of being fixated or having your eyes focused on the cross. We'll give you the positives of what that looks like. So this week you got the bad stuff, which there's way less bad stuff than good stuff happens when your eyes are focused on the cross. So, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm done.
Next, we're going to do compromise and conversations,
and not interrupting each other constantly.
All right. Hey, it was